and the white. Have only had one opportunity to watch the Dynamos this year, and that was a game that they played at Riverview on a Saturday afternoon, and they came away a victor in that particular ball game. But Joe, for all practical purposes, you know, you and I don't get an opportunity too much to watch this Springdale team.
Well, to be honest with you, Bob, this is my first opportunity to watch Springdale. I've certainly read enough about them, watched it a little bit on film. And, of course, we followed Chuck Wagner for many, many years between Springdale and Riverview. And this, as I mentioned, my first opportunity to watch this wonderful Springdale team. And nothing would be finer than to pick up another upset here tonight because Springdale, believe it or not, they are the underdogs. Rochester is the favorite simply because they keep on winning WPIL championships 4 of the last 5 years.
Andrew Bosman will be teeing up the football for the kickoff. Rochester will send back Derek Moy, who wears number 7, and he'll be to the far side, and Rion Hunter to the near side. And we'll be running left to right as we get this one started. Springdale, of course, as Joe had mentioned, Chuck Wagner, the head coach, has been now for a dozen years. And Gene Matsuk from Rochester, and he's been there a while as well. So Bosman has it ready to go. And again, Hunter to the near side, Moy to the far side. It's a squibbler. It gets by and goes out of bounds at the 30. And that is where Rochester will put it in play.
Yeah, they're going to get it at the 35, I believe, Bob.
First down and 10 to go for Rochester. They start at their own 35-yard line. The rules in high school do not give them the opportunity any longer for that re-kick. So they start at the 35-yard line. Quarterback is Dan Camp. And he sends Hunter in motion. And to give straight up the middle, pile up short of the 40-yard line. Springdale is there very quickly to make the stop. And from the bottom of the pile for the Dynamos is Larry Seller. One of the guys that I believe is thinking about, was at West Point?
Well, I think he's being looked at by the Naval Academy.
Naval Academy. Gain of about 3 on that play. Just beyond the 38-yard line. It'll be second and a short 7. For Rochester, it is second down. They have Derek Moy flanked wide here to the near side. The give goes to the fullback, and that is Rion Hunter, and Hunter is stacked up just around the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Adam Burkhart. So now it brings up a 3rd and 5 for Rochester.
Boy, it'd be nice 3 and out, Bob, on the first series.
Probably quieten the crowd a little bit here for Rochester. The press box is located on the side of the field where the Rochester Ram fans have been assigned. And across the way, I don't think there's anybody left in Springdale or Cheswick tonight. Here's a pass, and short of the mark. Intended receiver was Derek Moy. It goes incomplete, and it'll bring on the punting team.
And Mario Camerati was there, Bob, for the coverage just in case the ball might have been on target.
So 4th and 5 for the Rams of Rochester. And Springdale sets back. Mike Landers to the near side. And to the far side is Eric Pierce. Or is that Mundakis? I'm sorry, it's number 1, not number 4. Good snap, but the whistle sounds. If this is against Springdale, that could be a first down.
No, it's not.
So they bring it back to the 35. And Rochester will have a 4th and 10. So they are 3 and out on their first series. And if you're just tuning in, the Dynamos kicked off. The ball went out of bounds at the 30. Rochester put it in play at the 35, and that's where it is right now on 4th down. They're punting away. Derek Moy will do the kicking. Gets the snap away, and the fair catch called for by Mundakis. That was not Moy, by the way. That was Rion Hunter. Springdale will have it for the first time tonight. They start at their own 32-yard line where that fair catch signal was made. It's in the first quarter, of course, with no score and 10:23 to play. The quarterback for Springdale, Bo Citrone. Keep an eye out for Wayne Mundakis and Nathan Zarisco, and along with Landers in that T formation. And Mundakis gets the call, goes around the right side, gets about 4 yards. I'm sorry, gets about 2 yards to the 34. Second and a long 8. Barely got over a yard, Joe, but maybe we should call it 2nd and 9. Springdale at their own 33-yard line. Bo Citrone, he can throw the football, although primarily Springdale is a running team. Dave Moorhead flanked wide to the left side. A man in motion. And a good fake by the quarterback. Some of the Rochester players were even coming after him. Up to the line of scrimmage, and maybe a half a yard third and a short 9 for the Dynamos on their first possession. It is near the 33-yard line. Mundakis set to the right. Citrone throws, and incomplete. Dave Moorhead, I believe, was the intended receiver, or was it Landers? And now Springdale will go 3 and out on their first possession, and will be punting with 9:02 to play in this first quarter without a score. Back for Rochester, Derek Moy and Rion Hunter.
First series for both teams, Bob, looked as though the ball clubs were feeling each other out. Nothing fancy.
Osmond gets the kick away and will bounce near the 40. It is picked up at about the 37. And running back with the ball, Derek Moy. Moy trapped just over the 50-yard line. Good field position here for the Rams, and the tackle is made by Moorhead of Springdale, as the ball will be marked at the Dynamo 49-yard line.
Well, they exchanged punts, Bob, and Rochester got the best of it. They are at the Springdale 49. They started their series from the 35.
It's what they call that hidden yardage.
That's what they call it.
Josh Atkins checks into the game here for Rochester. He's lined up as the tight end right. Pitcher going wide, and Derek Moy gets the call. Moy is stacked up near the 46. A gain of about 3 on that carry. Tackled by Brad Zarisco. Burkhart also there to assist on the play. Second and a short 7. Tony Whiteleather flanked wide to the right on second down. Quick give up the middle, and they've got this guy covered. Joe, I believe that was Aaron Jackson who was hit by Adam Burkhart. So now it is 3rd and 5 for the Rams as we are inside 8 minutes of the opening quarter. It's a cool night here at North Hills. No precipitation. It was a great drive out of about 45 minutes. And we spent most of the time at the concession stand. Quarterback is Dan Kemp. Short drop. He's going to keep the football. Has the first down penalty flag, and he is wrapped up on the play
I think it was
by
a little
Springdale's
movement there,
Justin Seagriff at the Dynamo 35, and you're probably right because they're bringing it back. Holding on Rochester. So the co-captain for Springdale, Brad Zarisco, comes over to tell the official, "You're darn tootin', we want that penalty."
Yeah, you have an option. You want to give him the first down or take a penalty. My goodness. That is really, Bob, what they call infringing on your intelligence. My heavens.
Do you remember Bill Cosby's track on General Custer? And he said there was a toss of the coin before that raid. The loser got trampled. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Third down and 15. The ball's bobbled on the throw intended for Josh Atkins.
Mitch Moser, Bob, almost got an interception there just off his fingertips as he went way high to get it. But incomplete.
Fourth down and 15. Actually 16 if you split hairs on that. They're back at the 45. And kicking is Rion Hunter. Springdale has Mundakis and Landers back. Now the last punt by Rochester was a fair catch. They're heading it out of bounds if they can. Mundakis at the 22, fair catch.
Thought he had a little room to run that time, Bob.
So they down the football at the 23-yard line. Springdale first down and 10. Their second possession of the night. And the last time out, Joe, 3 and out, as was Rochester on both of their possessions. And to be honest with you, that holding penalty, which could have allowed for the extra yardage, picked up on the run by the quarterback, Dan Kemp. But nonetheless, they had to punt the football eventually. And Springdale now putting it in play with Dave Moorhead out wide here to the near side. Up the middle, loose football. Rochester has recovered a fumble at the Springdale 17 or 18-yard line. The ball recovered, I believe, by Matt Savage, number 54. So Springdale loses the football at their own 19, and Rochester will take over with 6:51 to play in this scoreless first quarter. Back out onto the field comes the balance of the offensive unit for Rochester. I counted the number on the roster, Joe, and I know it was well under 30.
Yeah, it's about what it was, Bob. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Maybe a little bit more than that. I think it was 36. Springdale had over 50.
Turn and a give. And with the football here, Jackson. It's Aaron Jackson, number 34. Jackson up near the 16-yard line, a gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. One of the advantages that Joe and I no longer have, and we're not complaining, but there was a time when, after years of waiting, we wound up with instant replay, and we could tell what was going on with some of the turnovers, etc., on plays like that, but we can't rewind anything here. So full house T formation. The give goes to Derek Moy. Moy around the left side. He may have the first down near the 10. And if that be the case, they're about a yard short. Or are they going to?
No, he's a little bit short, Bob. Not quite a yard, but he is a little bit short.
Third and maybe a half a yard to go. No, what happened? Third down, less than a yard for the Rochester Rams, threatening to score first in this one. And they pick up the first down with yardage to spare. as the carry by Aaron Jackson gets him down to the 6-yard line. First down and goal to go for the Rams. 5:18 left in the first quarter as the clock runs down here. This is Rochester's third possession of the game, 3 and out the first 2 times, and just moments ago fell on a Springdale fumble. Moy on the carry, gets down to about the 4, maybe the 3. Zarisco there for the Dynamos. And I believe we have a timeout. So we have a break in the action with 4:47 to play in period 1. There is no score. Out here at North Hills High School, the WPIAL Class A semifinal matchup. The winner to face either Duquesne or Canavan next Saturday at Heinz Field for the WPIAL Class A championship. Second down and goal, Rochester at the Springdale 3-yard line. Derek Moy into the end zone for the touchdown. Couple of Dynamos missed an opportunity to make the defensive play, but Rochester gets the first 6 on the board at 4:42 as Derek Moy scored from 3 yards out.
They took advantage, Bob, of the turnover by Springdale as they fumbled. Rochester recovered, and, well, Rochester took care of things after the turnover.
Extra point attempt here by Rion Hunter. And holding is Lucas Johnson. He's the left-footed kicker, by the way, Rion Hunter. Snap of the ball, the kick through the uprights. And no, wait, no, they first went up with the hands. Then they negated the extra point, and then they called it good. So it is 7-0 Rochester, 4:42 to play in quarter number 1. Springdale trailing here 7-0 after Rochester gets the 3-yard touchdown run by Derek Moy, running wide to the right. Springdale has Wayne Mundakis, Mike Landers, and Nathan Zarisco back for the kick. The kickoff by Derek Moy, who just scored the TD. Short kick. Fielded at about the 24. And look at Landers. Landers up near the 40. About a 15 or 16-yard return on the kickoff from Derek Moy. And Springdale, not bad field position, but they've got to come up against a rather tenacious defense here by Rochester and at least get a first down here. They have yet to get a first down in the game. As a matter of fact, Rochester, with the exception of that fumble, they only had the 1 first down after that, Joe, so there's only been 1 first down in the game.
All right.
Bo Citrone, Springdale's only 1,000-yard passer. Landers stopped after a gain of about 3 yards to the 42, coming wide to the near side. Tackled by
Taylor.
Okay, Taylor, and also Aaron Jackson was there helping out on the play. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. 7-0 Rochester here with 4 minutes left in the opening quarter. Mundakis, the single setback with Zarisco in motion. Bo Citrone with a penalty flag throws. It is caught for the first down. Derek Moy was there on the tackle along with Matt Savage. However, there is a flag on the play, and it will go against Springdale. So this one's coming back. It would have been Springdale's first down of the game. What's the call? illegal procedure. And that's something, Joe, you don't like to see in week 10 or 11.
Yeah, well.
It happens. Second down and 12 coming up.
Good pass and a good catch by Mario Camerata, but unfortunately they're going to have to bring it back because of that penalty against Springdale.
And if I called Larry Seller my error, it's tough for me to pick up the dot on that I when you're my age.
If you're looking for sympathy, you'll not get it from me, Bob.
That's what I was waiting for. Springdale now with a 2nd and 12 to go at their own 37. Trailing 7-0. 2 setbacks for Citrone, looking to pass again. Throws the screen, and this one over the fingertips of Wayne Mundakis going to the far side.
They had that play covered, Bob. Even if the pass was complete, would have gone absolutely nowhere. Well, it looks to me like Rochester has scouted Springdale pretty good.
Just my sentiments too, Joe. 3rd down and 12 coming up now for the Dynamos. Time marches on, although that play stopped the clock on the incompleted pass with exactly 3:30 to play in this first quarter. Rochester 7, Springdale nothing. Derek Moy, a 3-yard touchdown run wide to the right after recovering a Springdale fumble at the Dynamo 19. 3rd down. Citrone throws. It is caught. And they have got Nathan Zarisco for about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 10. Springdale at their own 39. So the punt team is on. Derek Moy and Rion Hunter are back for the punt return. And again, Bosman will do the kicking. He stands inside his 30. Partially blocked. And this one's going to go only to the 42-yard line. If that, where do they mark it? Actually, they're going to mark it at the 46. I saw the one official coming to the other side of the 45, and I thought, how's this going to affect things here? But nonetheless, that punt by Bosman was touched, partially blocked. Rochester has it at the Dynamo 46. Camp at quarterback, pitches to Moy. Moy coming around the side. Moy is wrapped up around the 40. Big tackle made by Mitch Moser for Springdale. But not before they pick up about 7 yards on that play. Joe, they've got a great scoreboard situation here with graphics, etc., and it's student run by the students here at North Hills. They're the host school for the WPIAL here tonight, and Rochester, the home team, on the scoreboard. And nice tackled play in the background, a nice tackle by Larry Seiler on Rion Hunter, so they lose some yardage on that play. It will bring up 3rd and about 6.
Springdale needed a good play, Bob, and Seiler made it right there, and hopefully they can hold him here and force a punt.
Chuck Wagner pacing the sidelines on the opposite side of the field. Springdale has a very nice contingent representing the town here tonight. Springdale, Cheswick, and Harwick people.
Do they ever have a nice contingent?
The give is to Aaron Jackson, and Jackson is stopped at the 40, and it'll bring up now 4th down and 4. So a short gain on that play. So now it is a 4th down situation for Rochester. Obviously, they're in 4-down territory.
Mundakis and number 34 for Springdale, Mike Landers back deep.
Well, I thought they were going to go for it, Joe. But
I don't think.
Rion Hunter is
not with a 7-0 lead.
Back to punt. And Springdale with a nice rush. Short kick. It touches one of the Rochester players. And it is going to be downed at the 28. That ball was downed when it hit the Rochester player to begin with, so there's no sense scrapping over the football. And the official upfield has it marked at about the 28.
I thought he actually touched the ball before that, Bob, but evidently not.
You mean yardage-wise?
No, I thought they touched it somewhere around the 34 or 33 yard line, but evidently there was a blue jersey there, but didn't touch it.
Okay. Springdale at their own 28, 29.3 seconds left in this first quarter. Bob Tattern and Joe Falsetti here from North Hills High School for the play-by-play
Martorelli Stadium.
See if Bo Citrone here can get something going and spark the Dynamos on this drive. One more time, Springdale stymied on the run.
Well, I'll tell you what, that front wall of Rochester, particularly number 75 and number 78, Bob, they are huge. Dan Tucker and Freck McWhirter, they are big and strong and heavy, and Springdale is having an awful hard time trying to get through there, and the quarter's going to end with a score, Rochester 7 and Springdale nothing. All right, we're ready to go here to start the second quarter. Rochester took advantage of a Springdale turnover. They recovered a fumble, I believe it was on the Springdale 17 or 18 yard line, and they took it in. The extra point was good, and the score is 7-0. Springdale has it now, second down and 9 from their own 29-yard line. Citrone hands off, and going absolutely nowhere was Mondukas, and they are not able to penetrate that front wall of Rochester at all. Fred McWhirter, number 78, was there to make the stop. And Springdale has tried that middle of Rochester now 5 or 6 plays, and they've got absolutely nothing. They're going to have to open things up here shortly because they're not going to run the football, at least between the tackles, from what we've seen so far. All right, they got a couple of wideouts, a slot to the left side, and Citrone. Now here comes a reverse. They need a block. He get one block, get another one, coming around, getting a few yards up to about the 35-yard line before Derek Moyes made the tackle on Zarisco. Derek Moy made the stop at the 35-yard line. It'll be third down. No, it is a fourth down. Fourth and about 3, and they're going to have to punt the football again. So for Rochester, Hunter and Derek Moy back. Andrew Bosman back deep for Springdale. Gets the kick away. It's short, and it's going to go out of bounds. That's not much of a kick at all. That's not even going to cross the 45-yard line, I don't believe. Let's see where the official spots the football. Well, they'll spot it at about the 48-yard line, and the Rochester fans don't like the spot at all. So it's going to be spotted at the 48. First and 10, Rochester. Well, now they go back another yard and spot it on the 49. So Dan Kemp is the quarterback for Rochester. And they're in the eye with the slot to the right side. Camp hands right up the middle, coming through, getting good yardage, number 34, Aaron Jackson. And Jackson gets to about the 41-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down before Nathan Zarisco makes the stop for Springdale. So it'll be second down and a long 2 for Rochester. Ball spotted at about the 41.5-yard line. Camp again under center, same formation, slot to the right, and they're in the I formation. Right up the middle they come, and going through and getting the first down and then some was Derek Moy again. Mike Landers on the stop for Springdale at about the 34-yard line. So Rochester beginning to move the football, trying to pad that 7-0 lead. We've got 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. First and 10, Rochester at the Springdale 34. Boy, good crowd on hand. Both schools turning out in large numbers. And again, here comes play around the left side, number 7, that's Derek Moy again. And he gets just inside the 30-yard line. Nathan Zarisco was there along with Mitch Moser for the stop. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Ball spotted just inside the 30-yard line of Springdale, and Rochester on the move. 2nd down and 6. Clock is moving with 8:53 remaining in the first half. Rochester leading 7-0. And pop right up the middle is number 34. That is Aaron Jackson. He gets near the 25, maybe the 26-yard line before Moorhead makes the stop for Springdale. They'll spot it right at the 25-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Rochester from the Springdale 25. The Rams leading by a score of 7-0. As we mentioned, they took advantage of a Springdale turnover, and they took it in to score. The extra point was good, 7-0, and now they're threatening again. And here is a popper off the right side. Good for the first down is Derek Moy. He gets near the 20. Gets the first down as Nathan Zarisco comes in to make the stop for Springdale. So the Rams again with the first down, this time at the Springdale 20. And they're picking up yardage on every play. Springdale now has to really tighten up here and try to get a good defensive play. And here's a pitch back. No, yeah, they got a pitch back over there, number 7. That's Derek Moy, and he gets inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Mitch Moser and Zarisco combined to make the stop for Springdale at the 14-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Rams at the Springdale 14-yard line. 7 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the first half. Rochester leading. Camp hands off. This time it goes to number 2. That's Rion Hunter. And he gets inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. And if that's the case, that's going to be a first down. Mario Cameretta on the stop for Springdale, but not until the first down was picked up by the Rams. 1st and goal for the Rams at the Springdale 8. And Rochester now threatening to go ahead by 2 touchdowns. They lead by 1 and inside the 10-yard line. They're at the Springdale 8. I formation. Camp hands off to number 7, Derek Moy. And this time he doesn't go very far, as Moy was going to be stopped. And little extracurricular stuff going on over there. Mario Cameretta again on the stop for Springdale. And let's see, they're going to spot the ball near the 6-yard line. So they spot it at the 6. It's a 2-yard gain. Second down and goal to go at the 6-yard line. Dan Kemp, as we've seen all year long with Burrell, the quarterback comes over after every play, gets the play from the coach, and then back out into the huddle. And here is Kemp pitching back, coming around and getting some room. Still going. He's going to be stopped. That's Derek Moy. He's going to be stopped around the 5-yard line. 71 on the stop. That's Burkhart and Larry Zeiler stopping Rochester at the 5. 3rd and goal at the Springdale 5-yard line. Rochester threatening here. And coming in is Tony Whiteleather, along with the quarterback, Dan Kemp, as he goes over and checks with Coach Matsuk. Gets the next play. Boy, they're split on all over the place, and they got a lone setback this time. There's a pass overthrown in the end zone. It's incomplete. Now what do? It looked as though they had a pretty good kicker, Bob, in that extra point. And it could be that the kicking team is coming in now. Mario Cameretta. Good coverage back there for Springdale. And now looks as though Rochester is going to try for the field goal here.
Joe, apparently Mario had a problem there with ramming his hand against somebody, but apparently he's going to stay in.
The field goal is going to be tried by Rion Hunter. There's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So Rochester takes a 10-0 lead. There's a break in the action.
Rochester just adding that field goal and have increased the lead from 7 to 10 points over Springdale here at North Hills Field with 5:09 to play in the half. Well, that defense of Rochester, Joe, has just been like a stone wall. 5:09 to play in the first half, and Rochester with a 10-0 lead.
And Derek Moy sizing up the football there, lining it up, and he's getting set to kick it off. Back deep for Springdale is Landers, Mandukas, and Zarisco. And here it's going to be taken at about the 10-yard line. Mandukas at the 15, the 20, 25, and down at about the 29-yard line. So Springdale in pretty decent field position here from their own 29. They got to get something going. They have been stopped cold so far. I don't have the yardage in front of me, but minimal yardage gained by Springdale.
Tyler.
They had one good pass completion, but it was called back because of a holding call, or a procedure penalty, I should say. All right, here we go. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Springdale split wide all over the place. A lone setback. Looking, throwing in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, which was Mike Landers. He almost had that one. Would have been a good gain had he been able to hold on to it. Lucas Johnson back on the coverage.
You know, you never know, Joe. You get lucky with one pass, and this could be a 10-7 game or even 10-8 very quickly.
All right, Citrone now was pretty much on the money that time, but a little high. Landers couldn't come down with it, so it's second down and 10. Springdale at their own 29. This time they've got a double setback wide on the far side. Citrone rolls left, looking, throwing. He's got a man out there, and it's going to be tipped and incomplete at about the 41-yard line. It would have been a first down had Springdale been able to connect on that pass. So it's an incomplete pass. It'll bring up a third down and 10. Springdale from their own 29-yard line. Boy, they need a play here pretty soon. Get things changed a little bit. It's been all Rochester in the first half of this game. They lead 10-0. And Springdale now facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 29. Bo Citrone under center. Citrone rolls, looks, throws, got a man out there, and it's complete. Good for the first down. Mario Cameretta with a reception, and he should have the first down. Well, let's see. Well, one official says no. The other official had it on the other side of the sticks, and now it's going to be 4th down and about 1, it looks like. Oh, brother.
4th and 1.
Now what do you do?
Too much time left in the half, Joe.
Unable to move the football at all is Springdale. Now they've got it at their own 39. They need a yard for the first down. And I don't know, I think they're waiting for a play to come in from Coach Wagner.
I saw Rochester signaling for a timeout, so.
Well, there is a timeout on and it's going to be a 10-0 score in favor of Rochester.
Well, if Springdale decided to go for it and made it, this would be a gutsy call and a big first down. But they've got 60-some yards to go for pay dirt, Joe.
Well, Bob, 60 yards, yes, but they only need a yard to keep the football. So they're going to go for it, or are they?
No, Bosman's back to punt, ostensibly.
So it looks like Bosman is back to punt, standing at his own 26-yard line. That probably is the right thing to do. And here is the kick. Rochester didn't believe it. They're going to let the ball roll. It's still rolling. It's going to be down at about the 16-yard line. So a good punt that time by Bosman, and Rochester, with 4:37 remaining in the first half, leading 10-0, will take over the football at their own 16-yard line.
Nathan Zarisco was very quick to cover up on that, because the ball may roll dead, but it's not down until somebody touches it. Either you as an offense can move it, or the defense can make sure that you don't simply by touching it. So from their own 16.
So here we go. Actually 4:37 remaining in the first half. Rochester leading 10-0. Kemp, the quarterback, and there's a flag that's going to go against Rochester. Procedure penalty against the Rams of Rochester. Now they'll bring the ball back to about the 11-yard line. Here's where Springdale needs a turnover. They need a big defensive play here. Something to turn this thing around, as Rochester has been in total control of the game. The game actually is really not out of reach. It's only 10-0, but Rochester has dominated here in the first half. So it'll be 1st and 15 now, as Rochester has it from their own 11-yard line. Camp, the quarterback. Rion Hunter, the tailback, and here's a pop right up the middle. It's going absolutely nowhere. Aaron Jackson was stopped cold, as he is stopped by number 71 for Springdale. That's Adam, I should say, was it 41? I thought it was 71.
Could have been both, Joe, but
Burgart and Seagriff making the stop. I'm sure Springdale doesn't care who made the stop, as long as they made it, and they did. So it is going to be a 2nd and 14, a gain of 1 on that last play. If Springdale can hold here and maybe get the ball with about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go in this first half, they might do something. All right, Camp ready. Got a man in motion. Camp comes around the left side. Good move that time by number 7. Still coming, and finally run out of bounds by Justin Seagriff. Derek Moy looked as though he was going to be stopped well short of the first down, but by the time he tiptoed down the sideline, did some fancy dancing, and got all the way up to the 30, good for the first down. So Rochester looking why a lot of people think that they're going to win their 5th WPIL title in the last 6 years. They've won 4 out of 5. And they're looking for 5 out of 6. All right, here we go. Camp ready. Camp pitches on the outside. Moy again. He's got room. Moy picks up 5. Picks up about 9 or 10 yards on that carry before Mike Landers finally ran him out of bounds near the 40-yard line. They'll say he stepped out of bounds at about the 39. Mario Cameretta on the stop for Springdale. So the Rochester Rams on the move again with 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They lead 10-0. They were in a little trouble here a few moments ago back at their own 11, but they've worked their way out to about the 39 where they have it 2nd down and 1. Camp ready. Camp bark signals. Camp hands off. Going through there is number 2. That's Hunter. And Hunter gets the first down as he crossed the 45 to about the 46-yard line, where Rochester will have it 1st and 10 from their own 46. Justin Segrith one more time on the stop for Springdale.
And they'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains and then pick it up. 3:33 left to go in the first half.
And Rochester ready now. I'm sure they'd love to put a few more points on the board before the half. I formation, slot to the right. Camp pitches back. Coming around here is number 7. Boy, he's got some pretty good moves, and this time he gets across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. That's Derek Moy again, and he is stopped by 4 white jerseys led by Larry Zeiler. Zarisco also there, so it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Rochester from the Springdale 48-yard line. Clock shows 2:50 and counting. Boy, what a good crowd on hand here at Martirelli Stadium in North Hills. All right, set to go one more time. They're in the eye. Here's a handoff right up the middle. And that is number 7 on the carry, Derek Moy, again across the 45 to the 44. Adam Burkhart on the stop for Springdale. And I believe they have the first down, or they're very close to it. I think they have it. Yes, they do. There's the official indication from the referee. 1st and 10, Rochester from the Springdale 44. The clock shows 2:32 remaining in the second quarter. It's Rochester 10, Springdale nothing, and the Rams on the move one more time. They started this drive from their 16. They got penalized on the first play, and they've started from the 11. Pop right up the middle, this time a gain of about 3 yards before Adam Burkhart made the stop. Jackson on the carry. He picks up 3. It'll be, maybe a 2-yard gain. Let's call it 2nd and 8. 2nd down and 8. Rochester with the ball. The clock inside 2 minutes now. The Rams out of the huddle and ready to go. Dan Camp, the quarterback. Camp pitches back. Boy, he's coming around. He gives over one tackler, and down the sideline he goes. And where does he go out of bounds?
31-yard line.
The 31-yard line is where he stepped out. Got enough for the first down. Boy, he's a fancy runner. Number 7, Derek Moy, and he is really doing a number here this evening as he is carried for most of the yardage for Rochester. He's the guy that got them out of trouble from their own 11-yard line, ran it up to about the 30. And they've been on the move ever since. 1:35 remaining in the first half. From the Springdale 31 is where the ball is spotted. Dan Camp pitches back. There's Moy again off the right side. This time cuts in. Still driving down to about the 20-yard line before he is stopped by number 71 for Springdale. That's Adam Burkhart. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 21. So a pretty good gain that time of about 9 yards.
Joe, Rochester wants to stop the clock.
I don't blame him.
So breaking the action with 1:21 left in the first half. 10-0 Rochester. Rochester has a 1st and 10 at the Springdale 21. Action ready to resume here from North Hills High School. Bob Tattern and Joe Falsetti for the play-by-play. Temperatures between 35 and 40 for this one here tonight.
All right,
and,
Bob. And,
artificial turf, of course, so.
Rochester got a pretty good spot there on that last run by Derek Moy. It looked like about a 9.5 yard run. And by the time it was spotted and the sticks came in, it is a first down for the Rams of Rochester from the Springdale 21-yard line. 1:21 remaining in the first half. And for whatever reason, they're taking their good old time out there. The referee and one of the officials discussing something. All right, we're about ready to go now as time is back in. Both coaches now leaving the huddle for their respective teams. And as I mentioned, 1:21 remaining in the first half. Dan Camp doing quite a job for the Rams of Rochester. Camp pitches back to Boy again off the right side, and this time he picks up about 4 yards, maybe 5, as he gets across the 20 to about the 22 or 23-yard line. Let's give the gain of about 3. Second down and 7 as number 41, Justin Seagriff, made the stop for Springdale. Second and 7. The ball at the 18-yard line of Springdale. The clock is moving. We're at 52 and counting. They've got a wide out here to the near side of the field. Rochester does, as Camp rolls left. Camp is going to keep it. Camp is going to come outside. Camp is still going. He's at the 15-yard line. Now they ran him back to about the 17, and he is going to be hit and dropped by number 44 for Springdale. It's Moorhead and Zarisco.
Joe, 33 seconds. They call another timeout.
Right? Another timeout for Rochester as they took it here with 33 seconds left, and the ball is going to be spotted at the 17-yard line of Springdale.
All right, 33.3 seconds remaining here in the first half. 10-0 Rochester, and they, if anything, would like to get at least another 3.
All right, ready to go. Back, looking, Camp into the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And finally, Springdale making a good defensive play to put a stop on that latest drive for Rochester, as Nathan Zarisco went way upstairs to come up with that interception in the end zone, and Springdale momentarily out of trouble. So they'll take over at their own 20-yard line with just 26 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and Rochester continuing to lead by the score of 10-0. So I think a knee would be the proper thing here. And that's exactly what Bo Citrone does, as the clock is going to tick away now, and unless somebody takes a timeout, which they don't, the half is going to end with the score, Rochester 10, Springdale nothing.
These guys, there are 4 of them. They're from Rochester. If they were to turn around and face the camera, their chests have the letters RAMS. And their team does lead here at the half, 10-0. Joe, no first downs for the Dynamos in that entire first half of play. They did have one that was called back.
Right, I double-checked, Bob, during the half. Coach Gene Matsuk won 3 championships with Rochester. His brother won the other one.
Okay.
So this could be the 5th one in the family. 4 for the current coach, Gene, and 1 for his brother before him.
Total yardage in that first half, Mundakis is a -1, but the team, Springdale, in the entire first half, 17 yards net rushing. Rochester, on the other hand, with 155. Time of possession, Rochester almost 42 minutes. Springdale just a hair past 6 minutes.
And Derek Moy, Bob, the number 7 for Rochester, he is over 100 yards.
Oh, he had a heck of a second quarter alone.
87 yards in that second quarter only.
So the Dynamos will receive to start the second half, and a run back would put them back into this one real quick.
Well, Bob, I'm not the coach, but for sure, Springdale's got to start throwing the football with more regularity, particularly on first down, because they can absolutely not move the ball at all.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, you mean you heard it?
Why?
Some other
I
expert?
may have overheard the first.
Okay.
I must have overheard that. I've been tuned into your conversation. Rochester will kick off, and the guy that does it is Rion Hunter. I beg your pardon. He does the punting, but it's Derek Moy that is going to kick off.
Is there anything that Paul can't do? Oh, boy.
Springdale has Mundakis, Zarisco, and Landers back right down the middle, and this one's going to be fielded by Nathan Zarisco. Stacked up at about the 32-yard line by Aaron Jackson, with an assist by Tariq Taylor.
And I think number 10 for Rochester, Bob, is hurt, but, well, just a little slow getting up. That's Josh Atkins.
Time of possession just unbelievable. 6 minutes for Springdale and 8 seconds. And the other, well, it couldn't have been 41. They only played 24 minutes. Well, there's some kids that are having their own little game of football near the one end zone, and they're telling them to stop. They thought all the cheering was for them. All right. A fake on the pitch and the give to Mundakis. Wayne Mundakis gets up to about the 33. That is a little bit better than a yard on that carry. But again, Springdale Joe does not show the pass. Second down coming up and a long 8. Pardon me.
Well, it's been a long night for Springdale. Just absolutely unable to get anything going on the ground or in the air.
They have Mario Camarata wide to the right, and here to the near side, Dave Moorhead with Zarisco in motion. Back to pass.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh,
by Nathan Zarisco, and apparently good defensive coverage by Brandon Barnes, and Zarisco just could not hold on to the football. Perfectly thrown.
Good pass
by Bo Citrone.
And almost completed.
Now, with a name like Bo, and I said this on the Riverview telecast, he's got to be headed to LSU. What do you think?
Well,
or somewhere down there. Hey, Terry Bradshaw, Louisiana Tech. Smaller school than LSU, but there was another one from Louisiana Tech that fared quite well in the NFL. Landers in motion.
Oh, he's got a man all alone. All alone. Oh, my goodness. Overthrown. Did you see that, Bob? Nobody near him. It was a sure 6.
Well, the intended receiver, I think, was Mario Camarata. And he had gone all the way down to the Rochester 30-yard line. He just could not catch up with the ball, but good pass by Landers.
A little bit too long, Bob.
So Springdale on 4th down.
Wow.
Will punt the football.
What a lift that would have been, Bob. That was a sure 6.
So here is Bosman, Andrew Bosman, standing near his own 20. Good snap. Gets a good kick away. And this one, I believe, did touch Derek Moy. And Springdale's going to down it at about the 13 or, no, the 11.
Well, evidently he was not touched, Bob, because if it were touched, Springdale would have the football at the 11-yard line.
That's what I thought it did, but apparently did not. So Well, Rochester's in a bit of a hole, but they've dug out before. Hopefully Springdale can force a mistake here and take advantage of it and inch back into this game. Rochester leading 10-0 now with just under 11 minutes to play in period number 3. Bob Tattern with Joe Falsetti here from the football field at North Hills. Quarterback is Camp. Camp turns and gives to Jackson. Jackson over the left side. Short distance. Springdale's Brad Zarisco met him head on. They got this one marked at the 15. Gain of about 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Now the one official that was following the play had the ball at about the 11, but they started at the 13, so his ruling had to be overturned, if you want to call it a ruling, or his judgment. 2nd down and 8, and Camp with 1 setback, and that's Jackson. Jackson gets the call. Springdale puts the hit on him near the 16-yard line, and it will bring up 3rd down.
Now this is a big play here for Springdale, Bob. If they can hold him here, force a punt, they'll absolutely have good field position. So the game could turn around with a good defensive play right here by Springdale.
Rochester does not have to pass to pick up those 7 yards. They've got a good contingent of blockers, and they're very capable of picking up 7 on the ground. Camp running.
He's going to get the first down.
And he's got it at the 25-yard line. Springdale makes the play, but not before they get the first down, and I believe it was Brad Zarisco that made the tackle. So Rochester at their own 25 get out of a hole and have a first down. Dan Camp rather, the quarterback for Rochester. School's had a lot of success in single-A football down through the years, particularly over the last few years anyway. Whistle, and this one will be a timeout, I believe, called by Rochester. So the Rochester Rams take the timeout at 8:54 to play in the 3rd quarter and lead 10-0. 8:54, as we mentioned, left in this 3rd quarter. Rochester with the lead, 10-0, and they have the ball at their own 25. A 1st and 10. Why they called the timeout?
Clock was running down, Bob.
That's what we were assuming, so we'll go with that. Dan Camp pitches back, comes to Derek Moy. Derek Moy at midfield.
He's
turning
gone.
On the turn.
He's gone.
The jet burners, and he's gone. A 75-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Rochester has increased the lead now to 16-0. Springdale fans on the other side of the field have become silent. And if it weren't for the broadcast, Joe, you and I would probably be speechless too.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. Well, Springdale had an opportunity where Rochester were 3rd down and 7. Springdale couldn't hold them. They got a first down, and on the very next play, a 75-yard run by Derek Moy. And
Rion Hunter left to the goalpost and not up in the air at all. So breaking the action with 8:42 remaining in period 3. Rochester leads it by a score of 16-0. Kickoff. They have Mundakis, Zarisco, and Landers back for the reception of the kickoff. And Derek Moy, who just picked up, he might be near 200 yards. Mundakis at the 12. Straight up the middle of the field, puts his head down over the 30. And tackled by Tyler Wade Epps. So the tackle made just near the 32-yard line. Springdale, first down 10 at their own 32. And with 8.5 minutes now left in this third quarter, they have a long way to go, but with a break or two, Joe, now the birdie gave Rochester 16 anyway, did he not?
Right.
Now we got to get the Springdale 20.
He gave 16 for the entire game.
Right.
He got 16
right.
early in the third quarter.
There's the first down, and
oh,
here's
look at
Mundakis.
this. Look at this.
Mundakis looking for a block. He's at the 40, the 35, near the 30-yard line, and a great run. Let's see, 15 and 18, 33 yards on that carry by Mundakis. That got the Springdale crowd up.
38 yards, Bob.
What did I say, 33?
19 and 19. He started at the 31. That's 19 to the 50, and another 31. I mean, another 19 the other way.
I know. It's the only subject you passed.
That's
Or
right.
it's one of the ones you passed.
No, the only one.
That's right, the first time. Springdale got a spark on that one there. Mundakis, he's going to be thrown to the ground by Tariq Taylor. Short gain on the play of about 2 yards near the 29. 2nd and 8.
You know, they say, Bob, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Well, it's not over yet.
Here's a pass, open. What a catch made!
Right.
A catch made by Mike Landers.
Number 34.
And
Mike
tackled
Landers.
on the play by Derek Moy. Well, whatever adjustment was made in the offense has just picked up, let's see, 22 there, 38 before. So big chunks of yardage now, and they're fired up a bit. Mario Camarado wide right, as is Dave Moorhead, flanked in that direction. Fumble, and picking it up, Bo Citrone, but at least they have possession back at the 13. I'm sorry, yeah, it is the 13. Seven minutes remaining in this third quarter. 16-0 Rochester. Nice plays by the Dynamos. And
Springdale gets a score here, Bob. They could make a game out of this thing.
this time, Dave Moorhead comes out here to the left side. Citrone looks to pass. Fires, got a pass.
In the end
It is
zone.
caught by Landers.
Touchdown.
Into the end zone, and Springdale is on the board, trailing 16-6. But it's a step in the right direction. The offense generated on this drive. They started at their own 31-yard line. So this is a 69-yard drive. Key play, the big pass to Nathan Zarisco, or Wayne Mundakis, of 38 yards. So the Springdale offense in the first half only had 17 yards net between rushing and passing.
They got
in fact,
69.
it was probably all on rushing anyway.
Right, and they got 69 on this drive.
They're going for two, which I thought they would. Everybody spread out all over the place. Into the end zone, incomplete. Landers, the intended receiver, that would have cut the lead in half. But we've got a break in the action here with 6:47 to play in the third quarter. Well, with that touchdown, it's a 10-point lead now for Rochester. And for the first time in the game, Springdale will be on the field after a score, and maybe the defense will come alive a little bit here, Joe.
You know, that pass that Landers caught, and number 7, Derek Moy, made the tackle. I thought I noticed him holding his hips a couple of different times. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not injured a little bit. Derek Moy.
Bosman with a short kick. It did not go the 10 yards. Rochester will get good field position at their own 47 as the ball was recovered there by Julian Taylor.
Well, if somehow or other Springdale would have recovered, they would have had the ball because I believe it did go over 10 yards, Bob.
It did go
Yes,
over
it
10?
did.
You know what? You're right, Joe. It did go 13. What am I talking about?
How's 23 sound? No, I'm sorry, 18. 35 to the 48.
Wide pitch here to Derek Moy. And they're unable to get this kid down. Finally, Springdale's Jesus Arroyo.
Well, he got 3 yards. See what I mean, Bob? Look at number 7. See him? He's limping and holding his hips.
Yeah.
He hurt himself on that reception by Landers, and he made the tackle. He has not been right since.
He's favoring that left hip.
Right.
And it looks like he's not writhing in pain, but he's
of course,
like trying to stretch it, you know.
As somebody once said, with that kind of talent, you can only be 50% and better than most.
Here's the give to Jackson. Jackson picks up 10 yards, first down for the Rams at the Springdale 43 or 42-yard line. So they move the sticks. Big play here for Rochester to come back and move the football. This was an onside kick that got him good field position to begin with. And we're inside 6 minutes of period 3. Rochester leading 16-6. I can't wait till Springdale gets the ball again. I got to be honest with you. I'd like to see him open up the offense. Here again is Moy. And Derek Moy gets to the 36-yard line, a gain of about 6 on the play. Second down and 4.
And number 53 on the stop there was Mitch Moser.
Well, they're going to give him 5 yards on that play, Joe. It's closer to the 36. So it's a 6-yard gain, actually, almost. Second down, we'll say 4. Nearing the 5-minute mark here of quarter number 3. 5 minutes to play in this period. Rochester's quarterback is Dan Camp. Turns, gives to the last man around, Rion Hunter. Hunter up to the 25-yard line, another first down.
It's a good thing Zarisco was there to make the stop. Otherwise, he would have been in the end zone. So Zarisco, a game-saving tackle, I should say a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
Rochester with the 1st and 10. One more time it goes to Rion Hunter. And Hunter, short gain to the 20. I shouldn't say a short gain. That's 5 yards. So,
Bob, I think we were right as far as Moy is concerned. He is out. He's on the sideline, and he is obviously hurt. And, well, he probably has about 175 yards in the game as far as carrying the football. But he is on the sideline next to his coach.
well, for the moment, they really don't need him that much.
No, they don't.
Carrying the ball now is Rion Hunter. Hunter up to the 16-yard line. Seagriff is there. Also getting up off the bottom of the pile is Mario Camerata. 3rd and about 1 at the Springdale 16-yard line. Now,
4-down territory here, Bob.
Rochester has Brandon Barnes lined up to the right. as the tight end. They go the other way, and carrying the football, Jackson, first down. He's at the 14, and they got it with a yard to spare. Moser on the stop for the Dynamos on that play. We're down to 3:15, and the clock stops. Boy, that was, with artificial turf and the lineage on the field so easy to see, most of the time you wouldn't even think there would be a question of the call.
I guess Boyd must have talked the coach into letting him go back in because he's just going back into the game. And I'm sure, Bob, he is hurt. Maybe not bad, but he is hurt.
He was out for 3 or 4 plays, if not more. Lines up as the tailback behind Jackson. The pitch, and Moy almost fumbled. Carries the football, cuts inside. Still on his feet. He's down near
the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it looks like about the 1. Zarisco, number 2 there for Springdale. Goal to go. First down for Rochester. So we get a touchdown. Looks like they're going to answer. Everybody uptight. Touchdown, Rochester again. This time
that was Jackson.
On the carry, Jackson, number 34, pushes it in. And Rochester has extended their lead to 22-6. Well, we have an opportunity, Joe, whether or not Springdale would win this game or not. This would have to be our last football telecast for 2005, right. And we will start off with the Burl tip-off tournament, December 2nd, a Friday night. Extra point attempt is up and good by Rion Hunter. 7, make that 23-6 in favor of Rochester with 2:28 to play here in quarter number 3. Started to mention here that basketball's coming up as far as coverage on Comcast Cable goes. And on Channel 13, Joe and I will be doing a number of games through the year. And we start out December 2nd, a Friday night, with Burl and Valley, Greensburg Central, and I'm trying to think of that 4th team that's in the tip-off tournament. And the replays for those Saturday and Sunday morning from Friday night and Saturday night. The kick. Montakis at about the 16. Looking for room up to the 37 or 38 yard line. Tackle made by Julian Taylor. Also there was Doug Enzur. Now, I would think defensively that he would hold back on Derek May because, Joe, for the title game, if they go on to win, they would be playing either Duquesne or Canada next week at Heinz Field. But Derek May is in the lineup as a defensive back. Derek Moy, I'm sorry. Derek Moy. Mario Camarada wide right. Here to the near side. Is that Bosman, number 10? Cutting through and picking up a solid 8 or 9 yards on that play. Up near the 47-yard line. Was Nathan Zarisco, tackled by Tariq Taylor. So we'll call it 2nd and a long 1. About a yard and a half short of the first down marker. So it sits just over the 46-yard line. 2nd and a long 1 for the Dynamos, trailing here by 17. And Wayne Mundakis did not get the spot that he would like to have had So he maybe got a yard, still short by a half yard. And it will bring up now 3rd and about 6 inches, a foot. A minute to play in period number 3. Bob Tattern and Joe Falsetti here for the play-by-play from North Hills High School's football field. Bo Citrone keeps first down. And he's close to the 50. They will probably give him the 49, but he did pick up the yardage. We're inside the minute with about 50 seconds left of this quarter. And Springdale will have one last period of play to try and overcome a 17-point deficit to Rochester here. But you know what, Joe, been a hard-fought game, no hot tempers or anything like that on the field, and been a clean football game. Here's Bo Citrone, gives, and maybe a yard on that carry by Mundakis. 2nd and 9, Springdale right on the 50. That's the last play of period number 3. As the teams will chat with their coaches and begin 4th quarter action momentarily. At the end of 3 quarters, it is Rochester 23 and Springdale 6. 4th quarter to get underway right now. Joe, you were looking at the roster.
Well, looking at the roster, Bob, to see how many of these Springdale players will be coming back next year, the underclassmen, particularly looking at some of the starters. And there are a few. The majority of them are going to be leaving because of graduation, but Citrone is going to be back. Zarisco will be back. From what I understand, Burkhardt will be back. So they're probably going to have maybe 5 or 6 of the regulars that will be coming back, and it's a good nucleus for Coach Wagner to put together another fine ball club next year. All right, here we go. Citrone over the middle. That's caught at the 35, down to a 30, and down to about the 28-yard line is Nathan Zarisco. Finally stopped over there by number 24, Johnson. So Springdale down to about the 28-yard line of Rochester. As Citrone to Zarisco for a good gain and a first down at the 28. Here's a draw, not going anywhere, as coming up number 3 to make the stop on Wayne Mundukas. That's Derek Taylor making the stop. A gain of maybe a yard on that carry. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Springdale from the 27-yard line of Rochester. And a quickie here could make things a little exciting. Springdale trailing by a 26, or I should say 23-6 score. So Springdale now 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line. Bo Citrone sends a man in motion. And he gets the handoff going through, getting yardage, and he's loose at the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Mike Landers on the carry, and Landers is going to be finally stopped at about the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Dynamos at the Rochester 7. Don't go away, friends. A lot of time left, almost 11 minutes. And the Dynamos are on the move right here. Wide on both sides. Lone setback. Citrone under center. Citrone sends a man in motion right up the middle and going nowhere this time. Boy. Mundukas was hit as soon as he took the handoff, and he managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. So there'll be no gain there as number 15. That's Tyler Wade Epps and Ryan Zarnich combined to make the stop for Rochester. Second down and goal. The ball at the 7-yard line of Rochester. The Dynamos would like to get one into the end zone here. Citrone sends the man in motion. Here's Citrone looking, throwing into the end zone, and it's going to be...
It was caught.
I think it was caught at about, what, the 4-yard line?
Well, they gave him forward progress, Joe. That was...
Mario Samaretto. So Mario Samaretto makes the grab, and where are they going to spot the ball? At about the 3? Yep, just inside the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal right there as Springdale threatening here to get some points on the board and get a little closer. They're down 23-6 right now. All right, here we go. And here is a reverse. It's going nowhere as Mike Landers gets the reverse, and he is going to be stopped at about the 5-yard line. He'll lose a couple of yards, stopped over there by White Leather. So a loss of 2 yards on that carry, and a timeout is going to be called by Springdale. 23-6 in favor of Rochester.
Well, with that timeout, Springdale now with a 4th and goal to go from the Rochester 5-yard line.
I think I might have said Monducas, Bob. My apologies to the Monducas family. All right, here we go. It's Citrone looking, throwing into the end zone, and a touchdown. And grabbing the pass in the end zone was Nathan Zarisco. And the Dynamos on the board will probably go for 2 here. Or will they?
Yeah, they would bring the lead down to 9.
It's still going to be two scores, so they may just kick the field goal. I don't know what they're going to do. Wagner knows a heck of a lot more about it than I do, so we'll let him to make the decision. The big thing is...
I think he agrees.
Right. Springdale did get the touchdown, and they'll kick it. And number 10 will try it, Andrew Bosman. High snap, but controlled nicely. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So it's Rochester 23, Springdale 13. A lot of time left. 9:15 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Well, we're back to a 10-point ball game with Rochester to receive the Bosman kickoff.
And they're lined up, Bob, in case Springdale tries another onside kick.
I hope they do, and I hope this time they get it.
Rochester's ready for it, that's for sure. A little short kick. Boy, they caught it at about the 38. It was a high, short one. And it was grabbed over there by Rochester, so they'll put it in play from their own 38-yard line. And we've got a ball game, 23-13, with a little over 9 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. So Springdale can ill afford too many first downs by Rochester.
Well, you think about an 8-point, touchdown play for Springdale. If they should happen to get the ball, make it 23-20 or 23-21, boy.
All right, here's a handoff, and coming around, here's that guy again, number 7. That's Derek Moy, and he is finally going to be stopped over there by number 41, Justin Seagriff. But not until Moy picks up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted near the 42-yard line. 2nd down. 6 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Rochester leading, and we are approaching 8.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Gene Matsuk, the head coach of Rochester, trying to win another WPIAL championship. Here's a handoff off the right side, and going down after a gain of about 3 yards is number 7, Derek Moy, stopped over there by Jesus Arroyo. After a gain of about 4, it'll be third and a couple, 3rd down and 2. Rochester from their own 46-yard line. 3rd and 2.
It's a big play right here, Joe.
It sure is.
Good
It
grief.
sure is, Bob. As I had mentioned a few minutes ago, Rochester picks up first downs. That's going to do a heck of a number on that clock. There's a handoff right up the middle, and spinning and getting up near the 50-yard line was Derek Moy, and he'll get the first down. Wayne Mandakis. Mandakis, boy, I'm having problems with that name, and I do sincerely apologize. Mandakis. Boy, what a season he's had for Springdale, as they have all had a tremendous year. The Dynamos with another great year. Coach Wagner one more time with a championship in his section.
And they remind us that he's Springdale's all-time leading rusher ever, 4,000 yards in his career.
Here's Moy again, and he comes off the left side, gets across the 50 to about the 49. Justin Seagriff again. Mitch Moser. Did you say Mandakis, Bob, had how many yards?
Over 4,000 for the career. Yeah. And he's, you were looking at the roster, he's one of the guys they'll be losing.
Right.
But Nathan Zarisco will be back.
You know he'll be playing some football somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite a number, 4,000. I know I've read about Tyler Henderson at Burrell had another outstanding year, and he was approaching 4,000, didn't quite make it.
Right, in the loss
so that
to Fort
gives you
City,
an idea
how tough
of
it is.
Mandakis and what he's done for Springdale. Here's a handoff off the right side, getting very little, if anything, was Jackson, and he's going to be stopped short of the 45-yard line, and it's going to be Moorhead on the stop, along with Jesus Arroyo.
Was it 3rd and 4?
So another 3rd down play coming up here for Rochester.
Halfway through the 4th quarter.
Right, and we are, getting under 6 minutes now remaining in the 4th quarter, and Springdale needs a stop right here. 3rd and 4. And how about Derek Moy coming around this side, Bob? And here comes number 2, and that's Rion Hunter, and he gets the first down across the 40 to about the 39. 2 big 3rd downs for Rochester, as Mitch Moser finally made the stop after a gain of about 5 and a first down for Rochester at the Springdale 39.
Well, what Rochester's trying to accomplish here is not so much getting another 6 or 7, it's killing the clock by holding on to the ball. And boy, ball control. Springdale had it for 6 minutes and 8 seconds in the first half. Rochester had it for 17:52, almost 18 minutes.
Number 34, that's Jackson again, off the left side, and picks up good yardage down to about the 32. Mandakis on the stop for Springdale. So it'll be 2nd down and about 3, Rochester. And we're under 5 minutes remaining now in the ball game. Couple more first downs by Rochester, Bob, and it'll chew up quite a bit of that 4 minutes remaining. And going through there is Hunter again, and this time Hunter is going to be stopped. Jesus Arroyo, and he gets maybe a yard. So they'll spot it at the 32. It's going to need a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. There's that 3rd down again, Bob. Rochester has converted on the last 3, I believe, and They've got another one here, only this time it's a little shorter. They only need a couple of yards. Dan Camp, a little meeting again with Coach Gene Matsuk. And ready to go. Third and a couple for Rochester. And here's a pop up the middle. Boyd, he gets the first down as he crossed the 30 to about the 28. Adam Burkhart on the stop for Springdale. But another first down for Rochester. Larry Seiler also there for the Dynamos, and the clock is ticking and ticking, and it's now down to 3:42 and counting. First and 10, Rochester at the Springdale 29. So Rochester taking their good old time coming out of the huddle there in no hurry. They're up by 10 with a little over 3 minutes remaining. Here's Jackson again off the left side across the 25 to about the 23. Jackson picks up another 5 or 6 yards before Mitch Moser made the stop for Springdale. A gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Rochester at the Springdale 24 is where they spot the football.
So I think at this point of the ball game, if Rochester were to get the ball within the 10-yard line, I think they would probably just let the clock run out.
Well, they're not going to go for any more points if they have a chance to let the clock run. 10-point lead right now is just as good as 17. All right, here we go. Camp hands off, and here is number 2, and that's Rion Hunter on the carry across the 20 to about the 18-yard line. It looks like another first down before Mitch Moser made the stop. So Rochester at the Springdale 18, and as soon as they place the sticks, the clock will start up again. 2:32, 2:31, and counting. First and 10 for the Rams of Rochester, trying to win this one and go to a finals and perhaps win another WPIAL championships. They've won 4 already in the last few years, and they're going for another one. Looks as though they might have a shot at it. Here's Boyd. He's going to be stopped this time, tripped up by Mendakis. So Wayne Mendakis makes a stop for the Dynamos. The ball is going to be spotted at the 15-yard line. So it's Rochester, 2nd down and 7. The ball at the Springdale 17 with 1:43 and counting.
Some of the Springdale faithful have become a little impatient. They're heading for the exits.
Bob, it's not being impatient. They're being realistic. With 1:25 left and down by 10. All right, here's a handoff, and still going, and down to about the 10-yard line is Dan Camp. And did he get out of bounds? He must have gotten out of bounds because the clock is stopped. And the ball spotted at the 10-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Let's make it 3rd down and 2. Wayne Mendakis again on the stop for Springdale, and a timeout is called. 1:17 left, 23-13 in favor of Rochester. All right, here we go. 3rd down and a couple. First down here, pretty much salt this one away, and I do believe they get close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it. The official on the other side, well, he's not indicating first down. It might be close enough for a measurement. The referee taking a long, hard look at this one. He may call for the sticks. Yep, that's what he's going to do. He's going to call for the sticks, and they'll get a measurement here where it's going to be, if it's short, it'll be 4th down, and maybe a foot. And the sticks are coming in either case. We're down to 1:11 remaining in the game. Rochester 23, Springdale 13. The Dynamos got their act together pretty much in that second half. So it is a first down for Rochester. And a couple of plays here will pretty much eat up the final minute and 11.
Joe, before I forget, let me mention John Baranowski, who works with us every Thursday night on Sportsline, loves the sport of hockey.
I know.
And Brian Novak, the instructor here in the audio-video of Springdale, putting this one together for us tonight, made our job easy.
Boy, he sure did.
So,
and the clock is running, and Rochester just taking their good old time in the huddle, and perhaps 2 plays will do it.
Now look where Derek Moy, he's back at the 24-yard.
He's going to kneel down, Bob, and they are back there for protection. There is Camp on the kneel down, and the clock is running. They may have to get another play in, perhaps.
Well, congratulations to Rochester. They are a fine, fine football team. Springdale had a nice year, Joe. Chuck Wagner.
Another great year,
really. Had a great year with his ball club. They just fell short here in the semifinal, but hey,
they've got some kids,
another one.
They've got some kids coming back next year.
Another opportunity.
About a half a dozen of them, and he'll put them together again along with some help, and they may be back where they're at next year. So here's a kneel down again, and this one is over as Rochester will win it by the score of 23-13.
It's going to wrap it up on behalf of Joe Falsetti, Brian, and John. I'm Bob Tattern. Thanks for watching from North Hills. It's final. Rochester 23 and Springdale 13. So long, everybody.